What is your accidentally caught your spouse cheating horror story? B-boy_Samsung says, dating this girl a few years back and I became really good friends with her brother just because he appreciated my help during a difficult time for their family. Their father had abruptly passed away. 2 years into the relationship, the brother contacts me and asks to meet up for coffee and a serious conversation. Apparently he caught his own sister with another guy, mutual friend of ours, and this shit had been going on for like a year. As soon as he found out, I was told, broke up with her. Still friends with her brother. Go figure. Nova Poke Dad says, came back from a trip 4 hours early. Wife was supposed to be at work still. Opened the front door to see her sitting topless on the couch making out with a coworker. He ran out the door, she ran into a bathroom and locked the door, sat on that couch for about an hour because I couldn't think what else to do. Finally just up and left, so she could come out of the bathroom and put a shirt on. Keith's 31 says, had been on the road for work. Was supposed to be 10 days, got to go home a day early. Had a friend pick me up at the airport to surprise my wife and 2 children, 2 years and 8 months. Walked into my ex and her coffee friend, snuggling on the couch. With my kids. In the same room. I was livid. Of course she denied everything. We split up weeks later. Name deleted says, her phone got a text from her friend who was in the kitchen with her. So I assumed one of them sent it to me, opened her phone to see a penis. Her friend doesn't have a penis. Now I'm divorced and don't trust texts from friends. Office Ornament says, I caught my ex thanks to fucking Pokemon Go of all things. She mentioned Pokemon Go was using lots of her data. I explained that in her settings she could see how much data an app was using. I proceeded to show her and prove to her it wasn't by pointing out Tinder was using much more data. It was sad but also funny the way it went down. I've posted this before but it's still funny to remember. Decorama says, found my wife's notebook. Written on the first page was a 10-step plan detailing how she was going to leave me for another guy. I turned it into 1 step. Big Whammy says, I got a new job with a cell phone company. Free phone for me, $15 a month for her. First bill comes in with call detail. She was on the phone an hour a day with this number while supposedly at work. I call, dude answers. I hang up. I ask her, she lies and said it was a gal pal of hers. I told her I know she is lying and call it again. Dude answers. Fuck you Brooke. Thudley says, one night she told me not to come over because she wasn't feeling well. But then my sister wanted this hoodie back that she'd borrowed, so I thought I'd stop over with chocolate and a Slurpee. I knocked on her door. She came to the upstairs window with only a blanket wrapped around her. I thought I told you not to come over. My sister needs her hoodie. Who's that? Says some male voice from her bedroom. Ah. I see how it is. I'll talk to you tomorrow, she says. Probably not. Have a good one. Hexadecimal D153A53 says, after a week visiting friends in London, England, I flew back to Canada. I was supposed to do something with another group of friends when I got back, but plans fell through, so I drove the 4 hours home to the apartment we shared. She expected me home at 6 p.m. I'd been up for 30 straight hours and got home at 6 a.m., wanting nothing more than to fall into bed. There was an extra set of feet, attached to some asshole, when I walked in. Toronto_programmer says, girlfriend ran over her phone by accident and destroyed the screen. Asked me to back up all her stuff and transfer it to her new Pixel Use backup tool that captures all sorts of dirty messages and nudes with another guy. BLDY Jingo Django says, we had a linked Apple account, we both had the Find My iPhone app. Figured out what all the late nights at work really were. Parkwayyoung89 says, he gave my number to his side chick in case of emergency and she accidentally called me instead of him. Oxidado Guillermo says, a friend of mine literally walked in on his wife and another guy doing it on their sofa. I guess he just yelled, what the fuck, and ran out. Facebook was a real shitshow for a few days, and she even had the gall to blame him back, it's your fault I cheated. Luckily there were no children in that marriage and not much money to fight over. Ebone 12355 says, walked in on my girlfriend while she was having sex with another guy. "What are you doing here?" she says. "You gave me a key, remember? I ended up not working today and wanted to surprise you." 15 years later she reaches out, leaves me a message that she'd like to talk. I figure she's doing some 12-step thing or something and wants to make amends. Nope. She wanted to try and sell me on Amway.